Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to your 12th session of Book Clubs Across Borders between Larkana and Lahman. The book that we are discussing today is Fearless, Stories of Amazing Women from Pakistan by Amne Sheikh Faruqi. This book is basically a collection, an illustrated collection of 50 biographies of amazing women from Pakistan, which Amne Sheikh Faruqi herself worked on. So let's first go to Eamon, who can give us her views and a short summary on the book, and then we will go towards our students in Larkana to give their views on the book. So Eamon, over to you.
All right. So I'll just give a little summary of Fearless. Basically, it is written in a very unique way that it focuses on a multiplicity of women of Pakistan who can be credited as change makers because because of their achievements and their journeys in general, if not had an impact on society in general and have inspired people or have navigated through difficulties to reach their goals and aims, right? And who have contributed to Pakistani politics, culture, society, communities in their own unique ways, right? Um, Basically, I think the larger goal of the book was to produce a literature that was inclusive of the marginalized in Pakistani society, which includes women firstly, but also women from all kinds of cultures and ethnicities and places, right? And to kind of challenge the large consumption of Western constructs, uh, specifically about change makers that is fed to us, right? So even people with women with the most ordinary sort of lives who are not huge figures in history are credited as change makers uh, because of their impact on society and because of the inspiration that they serve other people, other women with, right? So the book actually kind of pans out from starting from your folk tale figures and women from Sindhi literature regarded as queens, right, which includes Soni Mahewar, folk tales which you've heard, um, and to show basically strength, dignity, and loyalty, right? And starting with those, you move on to various figures. The book explores Fatma Jinnah's story, Benazir Bhutto's story. These are political figures as well, right? And then you have people like from the music industry, right? Noor Jahan, Reshma is one of my favorites in the book, right? Because she is from an area which is not really credited for its culture and as a mainstream part of the music industry, but she remained in the state that she was from the beginning. She did not change and is and can be regarded as Pakistan's figure in which she is kind of impacting the international as well as Pakistani society, right? And she kind of navigated through this difficult kind of terrain or landscape of Pakistani society and even the music industry, I would say, right? To make her way, basically, right? So we have icons of music and literature, we have icons of even communal service, right? So figures like Bilkis Edi and Dr. Ruth Pao and writers like Bhakti Sidhwa are celebrated for bringing transnational kind of insights and contributions uh, to this community, right? And also contributing to healthcare and literature. And it highlights the struggles that women have faced in the general patriarchal society, but also male-dominated professional cultures, right? And how it kind of became worse during the 80s. So we have names like Shukriya Khanum, who was the first female pilot of Pakistan, Majida Rizvi, who was the first female judge of the Pakistani High Court. Then we have poets like Kishwar Nahid. There was another one, Parveen Chakar, right? And how these women are actually engaging in multiple tasks at the same time. Many of them also are married, right? So they have home lives. Parveen Shakir was also doing, she was actually in the civil services of Pakistan, which was such an interesting insight, right? Shamim Akhtar, who drove trucks and completely obliterated expectations that Pakistani society has from women, which is amazing, right? So it kind of pans over these multiplicity of figures from different ethnicities. There's a lot of diversity in the book, which is perhaps, excuse me, its strength, right? And then it finally comes to Women's Action Forum, and even sports is included in this, and Girl Gandhabas, which is about reclaiming public space and kind of, giving proper responses to political and legal injustices. Women's Action Forum, that is, right? So it comes then to a collection of women or organization of women, and we have a very long way to go, but this book is an extremely kind of a comprehensive and interesting starting point for somebody who wants to kind of gauge the impact of women in Pakistani society.
My name is Fiza Sundrani. Today my topic is Fatma Jana. I am studying Asad Middle High School. Fatma Jana was as a divider to her brother Muhammad Ali Jana, the founder of Pakistan. As he was to her and aspired to dream and become dental surgeon by including her it. Time whenever stakes inequalities between economic rights, Fatma set up first dental clinic to be managed by a Muslim woman in Kolkata 1923. However, after the death of the wife was Jana, who needed Fatma's support as a political advisor. When the All India Muslim League was organized to demand rights for Muslims of its working committee, she was present in important political events indicating of a singing of Lahore. Resolutions of 1940 and advises step of democratic future Muslims in British India during the Tribunal Circle of Power in 1947 and birth of Pakistan. Thank you.
I am from class 7 and today I will tell you about my favorite character Benazir Bhutto. Raised up impaired princes in a prominent feudal and political family, no one could have predicted that Benazir would become a symbols of resistance for many in the country. She led a sheltered, privileged life as a young girl removed from the masses. She would eventually born when Benazir returned to Pakistan after her education aboard. Her father had elected Prime Minister, however, a military coup overthrew his government and he was imprisoned and later hanged. This changed everything. The once shy and gangly teenager inherited leadership of her father's popular party and he was expected of her. She took to her role and with great fervor.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Wasim. Today's my presentation topic is Fatma Jana. Fatma Jana was devoted to her brother Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jana, the founder of Pakistan. As he supported her dream of including dental surgeon by educating at a time when there was a stark inequalities between men and women in education, in social, and in Fatma set up the first dental clinic in Kolkata in 1923. Fatma is present at important political events. She was present at important political events, including the signing of Lahore Resolution in 1940. During the turbulent transfer in 1947, the birth of Pakistan, and Fatma had an integral role in settling women migrants and addressing their issues. Fatma was known as Mother-e-Millat, mean mother of a nation, and Khatun-e-Pakistan, mean lady of Pakistan. That's all.
Suwana bypassed Khokar. I studied in 7th class in Asad Middle High School, Larkhan. Today I will tell you about my favorite character, Sana Mir. A typical Mehdi child, Sana Mir moved frequently with her family and grew up in a small town across Pakistan. Sana was quick to make friends no matter where she went because she always had her love for cricket to share with the kids in every new town. There were no cricket clubs or form opportunities for training when on the moves, but Sana was happy playing with neighborhood boys industrialists. Her parents educated her, but on the condition that she would not let it affect her studies. In fact, her studies, one of the brightest kids in her school. Sana stayed true to her words. She still remembered all of those who know her as the keen, restless girl who torn between focusing on lesson and going out to play. When she found that her college did not have a cricket team, Sana lead the basketball and swimming teams instead. She was now certain that sporting was where her future lay, but her family was taken aback. Until then they hadn't thought it possible Sana would choose cricket over engineering, but when the choice had to be made, Sana's father supported her wholeheartedly. But we know that sportsmen found a nest no respect in Pakistan. There were hardly any domestic avenues to play. Sana did not let this deter her either. Sana moved from leading a local team to becoming a captain of Pakistan women's cricket team within a span in a few years. She is a sport activist and contest cricket is an important medium for women's empowerment in Pakistan. Thank you.
I am Mitra. I am from Masad School. Today I will tell you about my favorite character, Seemin Jamali. Seemin Jamali knew at just 6 years of age that she was going to be a doctor. It is her mother dying wish for her daughter, and Seemin worked hard at school to make it happen. A graduate from a small town in the heart of rural Sindh, Seemin chose to forego a lucrative private practice and joined the public sector Jinnah Postgraduate Medical Center, JPMC in Karachi instead. Working in a poorly resourced emergency ward in a violence-ridden and densely populated city like Karachi was not an easy job. But Seemin was determined to turn it around, from fatty injuries due to gunshot wounds to dealing with victims of mob violence, rarer attacks and bomb bailings. Seemin has seen it all, unlike other government health facilities in the province, where the neglect, corruption and lack of facilities and staff are quite dystopian. The emergency ward at Jinnah is clean. The formidable woman has led from the front for our two delegates in one of the most improbable and difficult places for our women to be. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for connecting with us today. It was lovely hearing from all of you. Keep on reading, keep on sharing books, keep on exchanging books with your friends, and we'll see you next time, inshallah. Allah Hafiz.